Hello friends, welcome to the channel. Gloria Parra here, and today I have kind of a different video for you. I am actually using an older collection. It is not old at all, but I believe it is last year's Crafty collection by Simple Stories. If you don't know, I own an arts and crafts store here in Bolivia, and it has, of course, scrapbooking section. This weekend, I will be giving a scrapbooking workshop, and this is the collection that I'm going to be using. So what I want to show you today is the layouts that we will be creating. I want to share them with you, and I want to create an extra layout as inspiration with the products that I have left from all those fabulous layouts that I've created, and I want to put it together with all of you. Okay, so if you don't know Simple Stories, I just adore this brand. They offer like a class program for retailers. So they have classes already prepared for us store owners to give them to offer them to our clients. So I kind of adapt them a little to my style, and sometimes they tend to be like more, not basic, but a little less complicated, you know, the layouts or the albums, just so they appeal to all kinds of scrapbookers, the new ones, the intermediate, and the advanced. So I try to give them my own touch whenever possible. And I want to show them to you before starting this new layout. And we have 2 double pages and 2 single pages that we will be creating in class. And I thought you would like looking at them. So here is the first one. As you can see, this is a double page one, and it has tons of space for lots of photos. So what I did was adapt this and add this little flaps down here using those 2x2 cut apart and just adding even more photos. So here I'm celebrating and documenting Scrap and Learn workshop that I just hosted a couple of weeks ago with 2 crafty friends that I adore. So this was the perfect layout to document this moment. And here, friends, I want to show you, this is a very fun little way to showcase more photos. This one opens up like this and like this. So it's a great way to add more photos and just add more texture with this little bow here and your twine. So yes, maybe there's some inspiration for you here. I added this strip here of lots of goodies, and of course the fabulous paintbrush and just the little scallops that I adore to use whenever possible. So that's the first one, and I just have a washi tape on the back so I can close it up and have it ready for my class. The second one, friends, is another double page layout. That is another moment that I wanted to scrap, and this I wanted to document, sorry. This was a time that Celes Gonzalo, if you don't know her, Guía de Manualidades, she came to my store with Obed Marshall, and we had an amazing weekend. My girls were obsessed with them, so I just had to document my oldest one, taking the workshop as well, and just enjoying their crafty besties and having the time of her life. So here I show a little of my store. If you want to see it closer, you can see how I arranged the tables. We had space for like 30 people. The teachers were sitting there, and well, we put the store as beautiful as we could and just had a little candy bar here, some snacks, and this was the perfect opportunity to showcase that. So I wanted to give my client or students the possibility to scrap those moments as well, because many of them were part of this weekend, and I just love this double page layout. Then we have this one that is adorable as well. I love it because it looks like the cutting mats, you know, the Cricut or the Silhouette ones. I just love it, and I adapted this layout as well. I love the original design, but it was in the middle, all this in the middle, and it covered a lot of my photos. So I just moved things around, and I like it. It's simple, but really, really beautiful. So that's Celis again. And we had a little photo shoot there, and I wanted to document. And the last one that's part of this Simple Stories like program is this one with 2 4x6 photos, a little border. It has the color vibe as the background here, and a bunch of little crafty elements that just give you all the crafty vibes. So those are the layouts, friends, that I'm gonna put together this weekend. And as inspiration, I have this one. This one has a video. I'm gonna try to link it down below. This was made for my design team, and I will have it as inspiration there because they love getting more ideas so they can use up all their scraps. Okay, so now I'm gonna show you what I have left from creating all those layouts, and we're gonna create our last one together. So friends, I'm gonna show you what I have left from this kit. I have this entire pattern paper, and I love both sides. I have this scrap here with the florals on the back. I have this cut apart sheet that I actually cut the little paintbrush here to see if I could use it. I also had almost an entire piece of paper here with the circles, and these are the types of paper that catch my eye and just make me want to do something different. So of course I had to fussy cut some of the circles, and I have them ready here, and I think those are gonna be the main thing in my layout. I also have these 2 pieces of paper. This one with the little squares with all the tools that we adore. And this one that I was really tempted to cut apart, just distress and alter it a little because it is such a beautiful paper. I have a couple of stickers. I have a couple of florals and bits and pieces from the die cuts. And I also had this pattern paper that reminds us so much to the brand, the handbag brand, because it is very similar to their logo, and it is such a fun paper. So I just cut it apart, and I was thinking of creating some distressed strips or maybe little banners. I don't know, friends, but I am really, really tempted to use, where is the floral one? This one here, and the circles. So we are going to work on that, and maybe if I am brave enough to do another extra layout, we can work on the one with the strips of patterned paper. So we're gonna start with this one, and I have a photo of me in my craft room with all my tools that I love, surrounded by paintbrushes, punches, scissors, and of course, beautiful patterned paper. So this is a chipboard frame, and I just added a 3x4 photo on the back. And I was thinking of creating a kind of diagonal strip of embellishments here. And for that, I am gonna bring in some of the little circles that I already fussy cut. And I wanted to create like a smaller floral cluster at the top and make a bunch of these little circles come all on a diagonal strip from top to bottom. Okay, so we're gonna start with that. And I also wanted to use this for my journaling. This is actually from the Big Bits. I believe it's called the package. And I think I'm gonna put that one there just to add my journaling at the end. I am also going to bring in my trusty old punches. So I have a 2-inch circle and a 2.5. And my idea is to punch a couple of photos from this same like little photo shoot that I did in my craft room. So here I am with my big camera trying to photograph some projects. Here I am with my planner. I'm a pencil and paper girl. So I'm planning my projects and I'm just planning my day there with all my favorite tools and markers. So that's something that I also love and would love to document here. And here I am with my camera. So I wanted a couple of those photos in circle shapes so I can just mix with this fun little patterns here. So I love that some of these have some cute sayings like it's time to create or I got to create. So I just want to put some with words and others just with pattern and maybe add a little embellishment at the top of some crafty tools that are my favorite. So that's the idea and let's start. So now let's move on to the photos, and I have punched the first one with my 2.5-inch circle. I want to punch 1 or 2 more because I love including, if possible, lots of photos in my layouts. So this is a fun way just to make them a little smaller and make them part of your embellishment. Okay, so they're gonna be part of all these little circles that I'm gonna have around my main photo. So I'm gonna cut this photo a little so I can come in with my punch, and I just want to be aware of where I want to place my photos so I can see where I'm looking at, and that way I don't have myself looking like outside of the layout. This would be better on this side, that way it's looking like inside the layout and not right outside of the camp of vision, if that's the way to call it. I hope you get what I'm saying. So I really like this one of me like planning my day. So I just cut a little bit at the bottom, and I would like to use a smaller punch for this. I would like to vary. So I have my 2-inch, my 2.5, and my 3-inch punch here. So I'm gonna punch with my 2-inch circle punch. I will perforate this here, and I will have this little circle to be tucked on this side, and I will try to use 1 more. I really like any of the camera ones, so maybe that one. Now I'm gonna punch out some circles from the pattern papers that I have left. So I'm punching out a 3-inch just to back this photo, and I will punch another 3-inch from this one. That way I will define my photos a little better. Sorry for the noise. And make my photos pop a little. And also they will like mimic the hoops that have like a little border. I was also thinking, friends, of adding some hand stitching to the borders of my hoops. That is something that you totally don't have to do if you don't like hand stitching. But since I enjoy it very much and I have become really fast at doing it, I may do so. Okay, so let's try to play with the circles and see what comes out of it. Okay, friends, so I've arranged my circles behind cameras a little because it took me a while, and I've added 5 photos in total. I really like working in uneven numbers, so I have 2 big circle photos and 2 smaller ones and this chipboard one. And I love how it is looking. I will also bring in some florals, and since we have one big one here, a small one there, I want to add 3 more to have another uneven number. Okay, so I want to tuck 1. I have nothing adhered yet, so I'm just playing around with placement to see if I like everything. So I'm tucking another one here, and this third one will be tucked beneath here. Hopefully I can move everything. But yes, I want to create like a little cluster there. And I really like how that's looking. I was thinking of using my craft knife just to cut a little on these shapes here to make them like overlap my embellishments and like tuck things under it. I love how that looks whenever I have this kind of papers with a big scene or a big floral cluster. Simple Stories makes the best papers like that, so I love doing that. So friends, this would be the perfect opportunity for you to bring in those awesome foam stickers and put your title maybe here or here. Down here would be nice too, but this one is out of stock in my store, so I did not include it in the kit. So we will make something of what I have in this kit work for my title. I have these 2 words that are kind of small. I usually go for the bigger foam stickers, but maybe the So Creative sticker popped up would look good there. Or also it could come up here. And looking through what I have left, I found 2 words that could work. And that one is, I think I did not show you that I had this tag paper left, but it's untouched. So I like the love here. And I also have this piece here that says create. So I'm gonna fussy cut those letters and see if I can fit them, I don't know, maybe here. Just play around with this option. And if not, I will use my So Creative or I Heart Craft Supplies. I will make that work somewhere. I also have Crafty here. And yes, I think those are my options working with this kit. And the idea, friends, is to show you that we can always make something work, right? Sometimes you don't have the entire collection. You just buy a couple of things, and that's perfectly okay because, you know, creativity is like the sky is your limit. You're gonna work with what you have and you can create beautiful, beautiful things. So maybe I will put them like in this orientation. They could go here. Just let me fussy cut this and come back. Okay, friends, I'm back and I just fussy cut all my letters here. I love the create word, but it is actually a little too big. So I think I'm gonna go with the love word. And I will use the crafty just to layer on top. So my title will be Crafty Love. And it's perfect because I want to talk about all the things that I love crafty related. Because we're not only scrapbookers, right? We love taking pictures. I personally love planning. I love decorating my planners. I love stitching. I love cross stitching. So I just want to talk a little about all the crafty goodies that I love to create and how being creative is something that I have to do every day. Even if it is 10 minutes, I just got to create something every day. And I have to be in my crafty space at least for a couple of minutes. So that's what I want to document here. And I think this Crafty Love will work great, and I will have my So Creative maybe there, or I will just find a little space for it. So I will start adhering, friends, and I think I'm liking how this is looking. Maybe we will add a couple of little stickers some crafty goodness on top of the ones that don't have any decoration. So I'm gonna make some marks here. I like just using a pencil to know where I will have each thing. That way I can move things around and start adhering, because then you never get them in the right place, right? So let's try our best and start adhering. Okay, friends, I have everything adhered. I did my title down there, Crafty Love, and I used a couple of different foam adhesive just to vary the heights and play with those circles. So I used 1, 2, and 3 millimeter foam. I adhered this with a 2 millimeter and then started tucking some of them just flat and some of them with 1 and others with 2 millimeter. And I really like how this is looking. I love how the florals just guide the eye a little. And I love all the little hoops there that make it a very playful layout. So I'm gonna add all my words here. I have quite a lot to say about my crafty loves. And I was thinking of adding this little glue gun here, my scissor and my liquid glue on this one. Maybe pop them up with some foam adhesive, of course, because everything to me looks better if it's popped up. And with that, we will have this layout ready. Let me know in the comments what you think. If you have this collection in your stash, if you have some scrap stills that you can use. I really hope you've gotten some inspiration from the layout share at the beginning and from this layout. That's always my wish, friends, that you learn something with these videos, that I can make you a little company, maybe while you create, because I know I love watching videos while I'm creating. I love watching another scrapbookers and YouTube creators just scrap along. I always learn something from them. Okay, so I think I'm gonna tuck this a little under because I think it's, I don't know, quite too down here. So I think that's it. Let me know what you think. I will leave some affiliate links down below if you wish to purchase this collection. I will link some of it below, and thank you so much, friends, for being here. Let me know what you think. Huge hugs to all. Until the next time, this was Gloria Parra. Bye-bye, friends.